Hey, what is up guys? We're going to be doing a quick opening of the new structure deck Wave of Light. So got 3 of these here and I'm going to be building a deck out of it. So definitely do look out for the deck profile for this. Apologies for the glare over here. I'm trying out a new system for shooting videos now because I've been finding myself making videos more at nighttime just because it's the only opportunity I really get. But I don't like the artificial yellow lights, so because of that, I figure I might as well just shoot it somewhere else, which I'm shooting right now on my desk, which has a lamp right next to it shining down, which is why you guys can actually see the glare right here. But yeah, pretty much I'm trying this out, so hopefully you guys like it. I'm still testing a few things out here, so you'll see the next few videos change things up a bit. But hopefully it doesn't give that whole yellow feeling to it with the lighting, and it's all actually white light instead, which is coming from my lamp. But yeah, let's just get started right away. So we already saw the spoiler list for this particular structure deck like I think a few months back, but overall I haven't actually taken a look, even though the cards are right here at the back. Everything's going to be new to me. So let's get this open. Oh dear. And let's see what we get. So that's it for the box. So we have everything over here. The rule book, which is not necessary. But we have this playmat and I want to take a look at it. Always nice to have a playmat. Just hoping that maybe one day Konami can actually make a rubber playmat for this, you know. It would be pretty cool if they actually did that. I'd be willing to pay extra for the structure decks just to get it. But over here in the back, we have this whole, I guess, how to play the deck or something like that. So that's pretty much it there. And obviously a card list again, which, well, let's just get into the actual deck itself. Hopefully you guys can actually see this pretty well here. It's not too bad, I guess. Alright, let's open things up. Oh dear. Alright, so it was released today, so I got it immediately, so hopefully this video goes up, I don't know, maybe one day later, so it goes up on maybe the 20th, that'll be okay. So we have Eva, which is a very interesting card. Maybe we'll set that aside first. So that's an Ultra. We have Sacred Arc Air Knight Parshath. Pretty cool. We have Power Angel Valkyria. The Sanctum of Parshath, a continuous spell that actually is counted as a Sanctuary of Light, which I remember. Rebirth of Parshath. So that's basically a hollows. So now let's actually go over the other cards in the deck. So we have Minerva, Scholar of the Sky. I think that's a new card. We have Neo Parshath, the Sky Paladin. Just a reprint. Air Knight Parshath, of course. Meltiel, Sage of the Sky. Harvest, Angel of Wisdom. Bountiful Artemis. Leia, the Liberator. Guiding Ariadne, which I really like in this because this card is actually pretty good for the whole Solemn Brigade, actually. Archlord Christia, which is never a bad card to get. We have Splendid Venus, Athena, Tethys, which allows us to draw cards. I really like this. Hecatrice, Gallant Duo, Nova Summoner, and Honest. Always nice to get Honest. Herald of Orange Light, Herald of Green Light, and Herald of Purple Light. That's actually really good. We have Guiding Light, Didi Sprite, Hanewada. Actually, not a bad card because I've seen people use this in both Tricksters as well as, well, not in Tricksters, but against Tricksters, or using this against Chain Burn or Nurse Burn, because this card just prevents effect damage, which I think is pretty decent. So probably going to be testing this out and seeing how things go. We actually do have the Sanctuary of Light. Cards from the Sky, which is kind of like an Allure of Darkness, but for light fairy type monsters. Very specific though. Celestial Transformation, not a bad card. Valhalla, because we got Hecatrice. Ties of the Brethren. So this card's actually a really good print on this particular structure deck. I think it's something that I don't know, it makes it good. This deck doesn't have anything particularly amazing as opposed to a lot of the older structure decks, but a card like Ties of the Brethren is definitely a really good reprint here. I believe this is the second reprint only. There's no other reprints for it, so really cool to have it. So moving on to traps, we have Light of Judgment, Miraculous Descent, Synthetic Seraphim, Divine Punishment, which, to be honest, it's not a bad card. It negates something. You just have to discard a card, I think. No, you don't. You just have to have Sanctuary in the Sky on the field, which I believe Sanctum of Parshaf will count as that. So this will negate any monster effect. It's really powerful, and with no cost as well. You don't have to pay 1500 like Solemn Strike, so not a bad card at all in this particular deck. Dark Bribe, Solemn Warning, Ultimate Providence. This card has also seen play when it first came out. Not so much anymore, but maybe it will depending on how this deck plays out. Drastic Drop Off, Recall, which I think is not too bad of a card as well. And nice, we have a Synthetic Seraphim token as well, which I really like that. So we'll be getting a playset of these. And of course the promotion for Duel Links as well. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the structure deck. Now let's actually look at the holos here, and I figure I might as well do a review on this, just like the Cyverse Link structure deck as well. So let's go over these cards. So we have Rebirth of Parshaf here. When a spell card or monster effect is activated, reveal one counter trap in your hand, discard it. Then discard one card and pay 1000 life points, negate the activation. And if you do, shuffle that card into the deck. Then you can special summon a Parshaf monster from your deck or extra deck. Pretty cool. It's definitely more speedy. Alright, so now we have Sanctum of Parshath. Always treated as Sanctuary in the Sky while it's on the field, or even in the graveyard, which is pretty cool. Fairy monsters gain 300 attack and defense, which is already better than the original field spell. Set spells and traps cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, you can target a total of 3 fairy monsters and or counter traps with different names in your graveyard. Place them on top of your deck in any order. Nice. So it gives us the opportunity to restack our decks again. Overall, that's not a bad card. I don't know if I would play 3 of those, but who knows, we'll find out. Okay, so we have Power Angel Valkyria here. Let me just adjust the screen, there we go. If you negate the activation of a spell trap or monster effect, add 1 light monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this once per turn. Kind of reminds me of Candina. I don't know, it's the closest thing I can think of, where you basically get to add stuff from your deck to your hand. In this case, a light fairy type monster, which is not too bad at all. Yeah, it's not too bad. All you have to do is negate, which is basically what this deck does. Alright, so we have Eva and Sacred Arch Air Knight Parshaf. So let's go over Eva first. Okay, so Eva's effect is, if this card is sent to the graveyard, banish up to 2 light fairy type monsters from your hand and or graveyard. Add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairy type monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, except Eva. You can only use this effect of Eva once per turn, so you can basically add the Herald of green, purple, and orange light, which I think that's not bad at all. Don't know how many copies I'll be playing here as well. Like I said, I haven't done any research on these cards, so I don't really know how this deck even works in general. Just will be pretty interesting to see how things go here, but so far I do like the effects. Definitely going to be a big change as opposed to the decks that I normally play. If you guys have been watching my channel, the decks like Cyverse, Gokis, Blackwings, DDDs, all those decks are combo oriented and require you to do a lot of things in one turn, whereas these decks is basically just, I guess, to normal summon and then just set a bunch of counter traps to negate stuff, which I don't know, it'll be a nice change to the thing here. So moving on to the new Parshaf. If you activate a counter trap or if you negate the activation of a spell trap card or monster effect except during the damage step, you can banish 2 other fairy monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard. If it was there when you activated / negated, or hand even if not. Oh, okay, so it can summon from the hand. Okay, that's cool then. If this card attacks the defense position monster, inflict piercing damage, which is pretty much the same as the old Air Knight Parshaf effect. When it inflicts battle damage, you can add a Parshaf or add a counter trap from your deck to your hand. Not bad at all. In terms of its condition to actually summon itself, definitely I think it's okay, since it's the whole purpose of what the deck does anyway. And overall it just has the basic Parshaf effect, which a nice boss monster actually, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck really. I still don't know much about this, so sorry that I can't really put much input into this, but I will be making a deck profile, so do look out for that. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.